Welcome back. And we have the NFF president, that's talking about Nigerian Football Federation President Amaju Pinnick, is right here in the studio. Good morning, sir. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Good to have you on the show.
Thank you. Whenever you summon me, I'm always there.
Oh,
You guys are the bosses. Eh?
Really?
You hold a public office, so you're accountable to the people. Thanks for coming around.
You summon me, I come.
Okay.
I'm always
Let's go.
Thank you
and
for
thanks
coming.
and congratulations to Channels TV for always... In fact, that trophy of being the best, whatever, is now a recurring decimal for you guys now. So kudos.
Thank
you.
you.
So much.
Okay, and thank you too for honoring our invitation this first day of the year. I mean, we've had remarkable moments in 2019.
That's right.
I mean, we
Good,
talked about
bad, and
one of
ugly.
we talked about one of your girls. I know you want to mention, S.A. Brome and all that, because she does her athlete. You discovered that and everything. Just there's some things we should know about this girl that most of us that is not really out there.
I was very touched when I saw the video. I immediately called S.A. And we got talking, and she's my child. She's my child because sometime in 2009, February, March, because what we were doing our scouting for young athletes, upcoming athletes, now we're looking for a replacement for Blessing Okagbari at that point. So we went and in St. Teresa's Grammar School, Ughelli, we just discovered her, and immediately I put a call through to the governor then, Udo, and said, listen, we have discovered a future star, and immediately he said, please, we took her up, and she started doing very well. Went to the National Sports Festival in Lagos, where she won the long jump. And this current governor, Kowa, just took it upon himself. Even I was with him about a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago to be precise, and immediately directed that the grant, monthly grant for training should, and I think they've kept to that faith, that religion
great.
in Delta, in making sure that we do not only depend on the federal, but making them our athletes. And I want to say a special kudos to Governor Ifeanyi Okowa. He's done quite a lot.
Okay.
Taking he has moved it very, very high, what Udoan left. And today we are very, very happy about situations in Delta regarding our athletes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now football.
Yeah,
Football, yes.
Welcome back.
What happened in 2019? I
Wow.
mean, two great moments that most of us will not forget. I mean, it was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Super Falcons, for instance. At the World Cup, they were special. We got the quarterfinals, the round of 16 for the first time and all that. We haven't done that in a very long time. And the girls achieved it. So we came back. We're all optimistic. We've got a team. We've got a coach. So these girls are going to get to the Olympics for the first time after missing out back-to-back consecutively. We're thinking 2020, we'll have all the girls. Those who haven't been to the Olympics, some of them are even about to retire. We're thinking, okay, this is their time. But suddenly, it did not happen. Côte d'Ivoire came right here. We needed to just win. But we ended with a draw. Coach was changed. And of course, players were left out, some were picked, and recently we've been hearing from some of the girls that the best team did not even play the game and all that. Girls were hurriedly assembled, and at the end of the day, we didn't make it to the Olympics. So 2019, Super Falcons, for me, that was one of the downfalls. So we start with that. What happened?
Yeah, first we take responsibility in Nigerian Football Federation, and we apologize, but you should also understand, you said that the team got to the second round. This Super Falcons team has been the best prepared team.
Yeah, we know that.
In history of Nigerian football. They played 9 international games. You recall in Ghana when they lifted that trophy, and I said to them, leave this trophy, we're going to double your bonuses.
Absolutely, and you did.
And we did it. We did it. We did not prevaricate. We did not hide any other corner. We came and we did it. And we also told them that we're going to give them, we're going to give them preparation beyond their imagination. And we did that. They played 9 international friendly games. And they went to the World Cup. And they delivered, as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
Kudos to them. Amazing. I still maintain that the Super Falcons is the most successful national team in the world.
It's on record, so.
Yeah, it's on record. So we want them to... It's a no-brainer for you to think that we don't want them to qualify.
That's what it seems. That's what people were thinking, that why would you discuss like a system that was working?
No.
That's what people are saying.
Everything was working. We did it. We brought a foreign coach for them.
Yes.
We decided.
So why did he have to go and, of course, qualify?
He wanted, listen, let me tell you things you don't know about these foreign coaches. As they're talking to you, they're talking to other people. They're talking to other nations.
Okay.
There are some things that they might not like but they will not come out to say they don't like this. Instead, they will hide under. Look at it. He just said X, Y, Z. And he told me, he said it clearly that, that we've given them the kind of support he never imagined that we gave them. All the support, but all of a sudden, you cannot keep dictating to the Nigerian Football Federation. And if you look at it, the first leg of the game we played against, was it Algeria?
Yeah, Algeria, of course.
We went with home-based players.
Yes.
And what did they do?
They won it.
They delivered. And let me tell you the beauty of using home-based players to play. When they go to the World Cup, special funds come from FIFA to these clubs.
To the clubs.
True of us.
Yeah, true.
So why do we take advantage of that?
Okay, another
so
thing
there are so many things
you
you
talked
would
about
not
maybe
know.
that's
and then
what
some
you-
of the things
yeah.
he's dictating, because he said he was
So
he
it needed some foreign base. And we said, okay, you cannot just have all foreign base. These guys, now we are building a team, and this team went to Algeria. Algeria is not a regular team. It's not a regular country.
But
It's
they're
a
not
footballing
big.
nation.
They're not big in women's football. We all know that.
No. Don't say they are not big. Once you are big in men's football in Africa, you are big in women's football.
But why is Algeria in African football?
It's of no consequence. It's a footballing nation.
Yeah.
A footballing nation is a footballing nation. That's what you should understand. Where was Algeria 2 years ago when we tried them here and won the Nations Cup? That defines what a footballing nation is.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Now, what we're saying is, since the system was working, we understand that he was dictating to the NFF and all that. But at the end of the day, we should have just let it happen. After the qualifiers, then you can make your decision.
No, he said he wanted to leave. When I got the mail, in fact, he sent me a WhatsApp message. Immediately I called him. I said, Thomas, you can't do that now. I don't want to hear about this. If there are issues, let me know. Oh, President, you've been tackling our issues. It's not about you. I said, it's about who? What do you want? He said, no. He started, like I told you, once they have a preconceived agenda, there's very little you can do. Even the minister, this new minister, had to intervene.
Yeah.
He called him and told me, listen, he spoke to him, a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So there are some things that are better left unsaid.
Okay.
But the issue is that, again, I apologize. The Super Falcons are my babies. And they know that we really want to propel them to that height they've never been before. But it's definitely not our fault. But like I keep saying, as head of Nigerian Football Federation, I'll definitely take responsibility and apologize to Nigerians.
Okay.
All right. Tell Nigerians, what worked against us in securing the rights to host the FIFA Under-20 World Cup?
Well, the letter we received from FIFA clearly stated two things. One, the toxic atmosphere, because they cannot be sure of a tomorrow when there's going to be an event that is a transitional event to the main World Cup. That's the female Under-20 World Cup. Secondly, and more importantly, we did not have the requisite training sites. And this event is just around the corner.
Yeah.
From today is about 7 months from today. There's no magic that you do to say, okay, you want to have 12 training sites.
So why did we attempt?
No. We attempted because we felt the cahier de charge is a French word for condition of hosting. Yeah. Because I'm a member of the organizing committee, was reduced. Okay. They reduced the cahier de charge, the condition of hosting. Yeah. So our attempt was like, since they've reduced it, we can have, instead of 12 training sites, we can have possibly 6 training sites. 2 teams to a training site, then 1 for the referees, XYZ. And that's what we attempted. There's nothing wrong in our attempting. And do you know what it has given us? It has put us among the few nations that are listed to host a future event. I give you an example. The Under-17 being hosted by...
India.
No.
Okay.
No. Was it Puerto Rico or something? Initially, the same thing happened. But they were listed as number 1 to host the next event, which they got the hosting rights now for next year, I think. Now, FIFA is coming up with a new program. It's called once we take it in the executive summit, what Gianni does is, he consults extensively before taking any decision. And one of the decisions they want to take, possibly, they might collapse the Under-17 and make it the Youth World Cup, a 48 team format, where possibly Nigeria and 1 or 2 other African countries, but Nigeria will host about 30 matches, possibly, if that is taken in the executive summit, which we pray and hope, that because there's nothing that goes through the executive summit that does not come out successful. And there, every part of Nigeria. My in-laws in the east, in the north, everywhere will now have the opportunity to be part of that event, which is going to be bigger than this in 2022, early 2022. Okay. So that's one. And also Nigeria has also been put there so that we can also have the opportunity of hosting any other event. So we're now listed in the database as one of the front countries. You know, that's why we are continuing with everything. With the Lagos state government, with the Edo state government, with the Delta state government, with the Akwa Ibom state government, with Kaduna state government, continuing with exactly what it's not because they say, oh, we are not hosting this event that because that all is gone. No.
What we were thinking that just maybe because we saw the inspection visit by FIFA, you follow them all through and all that. We saw we saw in Benin and of course Delta, Uyo, and of course Lagos. And when we saw the legacy pitch in Lagos, we were like, why would they be taken to a venue like that? Because that's where FC Robo play their game. I cover their games almost
could even
every
do
Wednesday.
basic as
So
even painting the walls.
The place
the
wasn't
walls
really good. I thought maybe that was what actually put them off. That legacy pitch wasn't it at all. It shouldn't have been part of the inspection.
In Lagos, we're also debating whether to bring in the hybrid synthetic turf or grass. The hybrid synthetic turf, yes, the turnaround time can be 3 months to install them, but they are very pricey. Do you understand? And you needed 12. At the point, FIFA said, okay, let us use only one venue. Which venue can accommodate? At the point, because FIFA was really, really eager for Nigeria to host, because they know that Nigeria is one of the only few countries in the world that participate in all their tournaments. Yeah. So Nigeria is very key to FIFA, that I can tell you. FIFA doesn't joke with, in fact, that was my conversation with Gianni a few days ago. FIFA doesn't joke with Nigeria. That I can tell you. So they even went and said, okay, only one venue. So that, within a radius of 100, just call it about less than 100 kilometers, a radius, so that everybody, can move freely without flying from one venue to the other. Yeah. At the end of the day, can this one venue meet all this?
No, Let's bring it back to that body that can make it happen for us some other time now that we didn't get this one. And it's still the NFF. You mentioned toxic environment. I've also seen releases from the NFF that says that you guys are distracted. Is your team focused now? Are you put ready to work? Are the distractions gone?
Yeah, one of the reasons I honored your invitation is to appeal to Nigerians. This year is a very critical year for Nigerian football. Nigeria cannot afford not to go to the World Cup. It will be suicidal because we are used to going to the World Cup. It's going to be very, very bad. So this distraction, this constant distraction, petitions, all these things, please, with all due respect, I'm appealing because they know that this is politics. It's not what they think. It's not what, it's like, it's purely destructive and annihilative. If the assumption is, if we cannot have it, then let us destroy it. Let me take you back to the Bible, 1 Kings 16:28.
Preach.
Okay.
He said, if I cannot have this child, let us split this child to two. That is the A to Z of what is going on. Check it out, 1 Kings 16:28. I'm telling you, their role is purely destructive. They finish this, they bring this. They finish this, they bring this. And we have gone through all these things. This year, we need total concentration because the format is not a tea party. The format has changed for the World Cup qualifiers. Now there are 40 teams going to the World Cup qualifiers. Of these 40 teams, they are going to have 4-4. Only the winner qualifies into the last round, where they will now play head-to-head with another country. Now, if you look at the pot, A pot, B, C, and D, we are in pot 1. Yeah. Who are the countries in pot 1? If I tell you the countries in pot 2, South Africa and co. Yeah. If I tell you the countries in pot C, Burkina Faso and co. If I tell you the countries, they are all big countries. So we have to stay focused and be very, very careful.
Okay. Yeah.
Cecilia,
because every country in Africa believes they can go to the World Cup.
I agree. Cecilia, before you get to the program, we need to clear this, okay? I'm NFF president. Most of the allegations on you and your team are based on corruption, accountability, and credibility in the NFF. Is NFF clean in their dealings?
I am not going to say otherwise, but what is clear in our notion is we brought in financial derivatives to work with us. If we have anything sinister, we won't do that. We brought in PwC to work with us. If we have anything sinister, we are not going to do that. Now, our account is published. It's sent to we published our account last time. We're going to publish our account for last year, this year. You're going to see it in the next 1 or 2 weeks. We don't have anything to hide. That's what I'm telling you. Whatever they are doing is purely destructive. It is not, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to pretend an organization that will be found wanting in terms of corruption. But I'm not here to say that. Like I said, of course, we went to court, and of course, you see the face of the judge when she saw everything, and wow, she was very mad. At the end of the day, I'm not telling you that we got victory. The victory is for everybody. The victory is for Nigerian football. And let us put everything to rest now and work religiously, assiduously towards achieving that goal of qualifying Nigeria, not just for the World Cup, for the Nations Cup, but qualifying the Super Falcons for the Nations Cup. We need total concentration. I'm not going to sit here to start telling you that definitely. Okay. We cannot be in a system that is corrupt and we still serve in committees in FIFA. I'm still a member of the CAF Executive Committee. It's not possible because the truth is, they did their own integrity check on us. Even some of our sponsors, have you heard of any of our sponsors coming out to say we are leaving NFF because they are corrupt? No, because they also did their integrity check on us. So the truth is, we know this country, we know these people, they've been there. Okay. Some of them, I'll tell you, some of them, it's just the intensity of the love they have for football. They do not know how to ventilate it, so they ventilate it wrongly. So we've asked them to forgive us and let us move on. Okay. While some of them, their role is purely destructive. So we know them, and that's the truth. And that's why we've not come out to start saying we want to challenge. When they call us to give, it, you know, we submit all what we need to submit, and we move on.
Okay.
You know?
Moving on from there, quickly, we'll just, maybe before we go on final break for the day, quickly, we'll just talk about Gennett Rowe. I mean, there's just so many questions concerning him. We've seen it playing out in the daily newspapers, what's happening between Nigerian Football Federation and, of course, Coach Gennett Rowe. Are we going to see the same thing that happened with Thomas Zanabe, because we're seeing contracts, no contract, and so many issues? Can you really tell us that?
Gennett Rowe, I mean, is a good coach, no doubt. I'm not going to say otherwise, definitely. He's, but we also believe that he should respect his contract and respect his employers. The age of Methuselah has got nothing to do with the wisdom of Solomon. Okay. We are the bosses. We've employed you. There are provisions in your contract that are clearly stated that you should respect X, Y, Z, and we expect you to respect that. Now, like I keep saying, he cannot alone take the glory for all the triumphs of the Super Eagles, because there are a lot of things involved in getting the successes we've recorded off the pitch. There are a lot of politics, there are a lot of theatrics, a lot of motivation that we need to do to have gotten where we got now. If, for example, if we were to we're going to Lesotho, we go to South African Airways, we fly from Uyo to Lagos. We spend 5 hours at the airport. From Uyo to, with SA to Joburg, we spend another 5 hours. Then we go to Lesotho. Straight from Uyo to Lesotho. You know what that means? Motivation. So all those are the things that we try to do in ensuring that we get, and we keep a very close relationship with these players. So that's why so it's not just him. You know, it's not just him. It's a whole setup that has made this happen. So he shouldn't come out to say that, yes, I'm taking the glory. No, he can't do that. We don't have any issues with him. The truth is.
That's what we want to know.
We do not have any issues with him. When I was coming out, he just sent me a chat, you know, I said, congratulations, boss. You know, we chat, you know. You know, I can go out and call him. I don't have any, people that knows me know that I have a very clean and crystal clear heart. And that's my life, you know, because so you don't take life seriously. You know why? You can't get out of it alive, and that's the truth. So you try as much as possible to forgive people and move on. But the thing is, what I want to crave is, there are certain things that possibly me, as a person, will not allow anymore. Gennett Rowe, you want to be our coach? Yeah, fine. When we're renewing your contract, you must live in Nigeria. If you want to live in Maiduguri, fine. If you want to live in Daura, fine. If you want to live in Warri, fine. Tell us where you want to live. We'll pay accommodation. If we are giving you a 2-year contract, we pay accommodation for 2 years, and you live there. And we'll make a provision for you, like a standard international staff in Nigeria. I work with the oil companies. I know their staff. They travel once or twice. It's part of their contract. So it's the same thing that we're going to deploy here. You know, so if you're going to work with Nigeria,
Okay.
yeah, you're going to be in Nigeria once, and this is a very critical times.
Okay.
And that's one. And we're not going to. We want to keep it. The truth is,
Okay.
we don't believe that we want to go and bring in a new. No, we don't.
Okay,
that's
we are
the
keeping
very
Kenneth
wrong way.
Raw. Okay.
We want to keep him, but based on the fact that there are certain provisions we are going to bring in the contract.
Yeah.
I read something yesterday that we want to frustrate people. How? We don't have that time. We want total concentration.
That's what we want in 2020. Also, NFF President Amaju Pinnick, thank you so much for
Why are you
coming.
chasing me? Amaju Pinnick.
I know. We would like to do this again. We'll get you to come back. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for coming.
Same to you guys.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
let's go on this quick. But when we come back, we'll get on with the show. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.